Good evening. It is Saturday night, and that means it is finals night at the online Darts Live League. And we are bringing you the action live on Sporty Stuff TV, as well as the online Darts YouTube channel, with 6 players in contention for 3 places at Champions Week, and the added bonus of the £2,000 weekly winners prize. Well, let's take a look at how the players in the field got to Saturday night, starting with Group A, which was played out over Monday to Wednesday here at the Online Darts Live League studio. And Jamie Clark topped that group and booked his place at finals night tonight. Robert Thornton and Darren Beveridge are also in finals night, but they had to come through Group B, which we'll see in a moment. Kevin Painter, Robert Owen and Tony Martin had their chance in Group C. So on to Group B we went, and Darren Beveridge finished top of the pile. Went through with his fellow Scotsman, Robert Thornton, who produced some fantastic stuff, and Mark Webster won all 4 of his matches last night to join that tartan duo in qualifying for tonight's action. And that just leaves Group C with the final 2 places available here at this finals night, and they went to an online league debutant in David Pallett, who joins the action along with Shaun Griffiths. Scott Walters, Owen, Martin and Painter all missing out on the chance to play for those coveted spots at Champions Week. So the action this evening looks like this. There are 2 groups, each with 3 players in them. They'll all play each other once, starting with the match between Jamie Clark and Robert Thornton. Then we'll move into Group 2, with Beveridge and Pallett. Now the top 2 at the end of those 3 matches in each group will move through to the semi-finals, and the winner of Group 1 will play the runner-up of Group 2 and vice versa. And then we'll have a final with the winner and runner-up progressing to Champions Week, the winner picking up £2,000, and a third place playoff, an all-important all-or-nothing match where the loser will miss out and the third place player will go through to Champions Week. So a fantastic night of action in store. 2 really big names in the former world champion Mark Webster, the multiple major winner Robert Thornton. He's part of a tartan trio in action this evening, along with ice cold Beveridge, Darren Beveridge and Jamie Clark, who has been resting up since winning through at the end of Wednesday from Group A. We've also got Shaun Griffiths and David Pallett, a former UK Open semi-finalist. So difficult to choose who will go through. I wonder who you think. Do let us know as the night goes on. At Darts Live League is our Twitter handle. Get in touch there. You can tweet me as well at Chris Murphy 180, and we will get underway with the action in just a moment. So to the evening's opener then here at the Live League, and it is an all-Scottish showdown to get things started between Jamie Clark, the winner of Group A as you just saw, and Robert Thornton, the winner of the World Grand Prix, UK Open and the World Masters. A big name in this sport. Lost his tour card last year. Clark keeping it Scottish using Gary Anderson's darts. Good job Anderson doesn't need them this evening. And as for the Ayrshire race, Robert Thornton, there you see some of his career highlights. He's produced some highlights here at the Live League as well this week.
First leg, it's Jamie to throw first. Game on.
2 170 finishers for the Thorn. 23 maximums he's hit over the course of his 5 days here in our Live League studio. Will he be the one this evening?
81.
Pick up that £2,000 winner's check. I know that some of you may be tuning in, having watched the action at
57.
the European Championship and still have an appetite for arrows. Well, feast on this.
43.
Robert Thornton and Jamie Clark, the spicy Scottish starter
97.
on this evening's menu. Then we've got something of a light, refreshing Pallett cleanser when Pallett meets Beveridge
44.
in the first match of Group 2. Then into the meaty mains with Griffiths against Clark and Mark Webster
140.
taking on Beveridge before Thornton returns against Griffiths and David Pallett
125.
takes on Webster. Good pals, that pair.
114.
The last match of the group stages before we play the semis, third place playoff and final. Now Jamie Clark
98.
He's looking in a good spot in this opening leg after a couple of days off.
135. Jamie requires 16. Game shot in the first leg. Jamie
And
Clark.
he takes the first leg off the senior Scotsman in this match. Clark off the mark. He leads by a leg to nil.
Second leg, it's Robert to throw first. Game on.
Nothing really between this pair over the course of the week in terms of the averages. Now, you would have seen when we showed you the Group A table that Robert Thornton
100.
actually only missed out on leg difference to Jamie Clark. The running averages for the week, 87.15 for Clark. Thornton slightly below that, 86.07, but worth noting
93.
he has played 23 matches to Clark's 15, winning 15 of those 23, Robert Thornton.
100.
Exactly the same record as Darren Beveridge. He'll be in action next against the man making a flying start to life at the Live League, David Pallett, as Thornton
128.
found a couple of treble 18s.
140. 60.
Not happy
Jamie
with
require
60, doesn't think
161.
that's enough. He knows what Clark is all about, and he knows that he's going to have to take out this Shanghai shot when he
65.
returns.
Robert, you require 120.
Treble needed, but not found, and now Robert Thornton may
60.
find himself in trouble. If Jamie Clark
require 96.
can finish 96. Looks like a delicious guide, that, but he hasn't been able to use it.
56.
A
Robert, you
reprieve
require 60.
for Robert Thornton.
Game shot in the second leg. Robert
The
Thornton.
great man takes advantage, pinning that double 10 to level up both of the opening two legs, going with the throw. 1-1.
Third leg, it's Jamie to throw first. Game on.
It may have been that Jamie Clark pipped Thornton at the post in Group A.
180.
He opens leg 2 with his 18th 180 of the week. Robert Thornton follows with his 24th.
180.
Never in doubt from the Thorn. Before I was rudely interrupted by an exchange of maximums, I was about to
95.
tell you that Robert Thornton beat Jamie Clark on each and every day in Group A. All of them by a margin of 2 legs. 4-2 wins for the Thorn on Monday,
60.
Tuesday and Wednesday, including his best performance of the week when he averaged 104.15 against Clark on Tuesday, taking out a 1-2-1 checkout
134.
in the process. And he's also managed one of his 2 170 checkouts this week against Clark.
140.
Something
Jamie
about
require
playing
92.
Jamie that puts a spring in the step of Robert Thornton.
Game shot in the third leg. Jamie
Well,
Clark.
he's just been knocked out of his stride because Jamie Clark has completed a nice, clean, cool 92 combination and has regained the lead in this match.
Fourth leg, it's Robert to throw first. Game on.
Good leg of darts from Jamie Clark. Both players hitting
100.
maximums in that leg, remember. But Clark went out in 11. And it's he who is averaging more than 104 at this point.
41. 131.
Hearing the dulcet tones of our referee calling the scores.
121.
Garin Roderick. G-Rod to his friends.
140.
There's Jamie Clark. Now hopes that Robert Thornton doesn't take out another big fish finish against him. What has he done to you, Robert? Pray mercy.
123.
Well, not this time. A wry smile appeared on the face of Jamie Clark. Robert Thornton looking like a naughty schoolboy. That mischievous look on his face as he walked back, as he looked to complete a hat-trick of
60.
maximum checkouts.
Robert, you require 47.
His favourite double to level the match.
7.
Now Clark
Jamie, you require 142.
could land a whopper.
$112.
Lovely.
Robert, you require 40.
Jamie Clark, it was 102 the score.
Game shot in the fourth leg.
Robert Thornton found double top and does level up this match at 2-2. The Scotsman still needs to find a break from somewhere.
Fifth leg is Jamie to throw first. Game on. $60.
A decent darting duel already. Jamie Clark, as I mentioned, has played Robert Thornton 3 times this week. On none of those occasions has he managed to get past
$60.
the 2-leg mark. Can Clark turn into Superman
140.
and finally defeat his nemesis?
$60.
Well, Robert, as always, will not leave us in any doubt as to what he's thinking and feeling. The man who wears his heart on his sleeve. And I wonder what he'll be feeling now, because Clark has weighed in with his second max of the match.
60. Jamie
Leave
requires
the 1-2-1
121.
for a dozen dart leg. He won't be going for it.
97.
Thornton way back on 3-2-1. Jamie Clark
140.
somewhere in
Jamie
Southampton in this
24.
leg, and Thornton stranded in Stranraer.
$12.
He might make the Midlands as he tries to play catch up.
140. Jamie required 12.
Double 3.
9. Robert, you require 41.
Well, now Robert Thornton circling the M25 and looking for the exit.
Game
And off
shot
he
in the
goes.
fifth leg. Robert
And the
Thornton.
Thorn from absolutely nowhere flies back through the leg after a disastrous doubling from his opponent, who left himself 3 and left Thornton
Sixth
free
leg, it's Robert
to
throw
break the
first.
throw.
Game on.
That crucial break from the Thorn, and once again Jamie Clark stuck on 2 legs
140.
after missing 6 darts to hold there. Thornton
134.
was back on 321, and Jamie Clark left
47.
24.
93. $140. 58.
Rubbish, says Robert. May go downstairs now.
44.
Only 130. A chance still for Jamie Clark to find a way back into this leg and in turn this match, but that won't help.
63. Robert, you require
Still has left an
130.
enormous outshot, and Robert Thornton will be feeling good. And looking at double five to seal a fabulous win.
Thornton.
He was looking like Clark was going to take it, but he missed 6 darts at double in the 5th leg, and Robert Thornton raced past him and then takes out 130 to complete a 15 darter to pick up the first 2 points of the evening. A really decent darting drill for starters tonight. 130 to win it. The highlight for Robert Thornton, who defies a 95.5 average from the Group A winner Jamie Clark. He's got a lot of work to do now when he meets Shaun Griffiths. That will be the next match in Group 1, but the opener in Group 2 is coming next when Darren Beveridge takes on David Pallett, and it's up in around 3 minutes' time. Welcome back. What a start we've had to the evening's action on finals night of the Online Darts Live League. Robert Thornton inflicting a fourth 4-2 defeat on Jamie Clark to win the All-Scottish Showdown, and it's over to the other of the Tartan trio in finals night action. Darren Beveridge, the biggest 180 hitter of the week, against David Pallett, the man with the highest running average of the week. This should be a belter.
First leg, it's Darren to throw first. Game on.
And Chris Murphy talking you through it live on Sporty Stuff TV. Viewers in the UK.
60.
Also available on the Online Darts YouTube channel. Plenty of highlights there as well, and previous sessions all uploaded for you to watch back if you can't sleep after the action ends.
60.
You can also follow us at Darts Live League and let us know who you think will take the £2,000 first prize tonight and which three will progress
57.
to Champions Week the week after next.
$60.
We'll be on air till around 1 AM. Do get in touch at Darts Live League. You can get in touch with me as well at Chris Murphy 180 on Twitter.
92.
But Robert Thornton has taken the first step towards the semi-finals with that 4-2 win against his compatriot Clark. Now Pallett.
56.
I would maybe say a slight favourite against Darren Beveridge, but Beveridge has been in good form the last couple of nights. In particular, as I said at the start, the most prolific
81.
maximum hitter of the 6 players in action this evening. 36 180s he's hit across 23 matches. Pallett,
140.
though, the only man
$57.
who's averaging, one of two men, sorry, averaging in the 90s over the course of the week. The other one being Mark Webster, who lifted his game last night, winning all 4 matches.
125.
Well, he'll
Darren,
meet
you
Webster
require 154.
in his second match. It looks like he might be about to break Beveridge
98.
in the first leg of his
David, you
first.
require 60.
Double top to do so. Flick the flight, double 10.
Game shot in the
Gets
first
that
leg.
right.
David Pallett.
And Pallett picks off the finish and takes the first leg against Darren Beveridge, who wasn't watching.
Second leg, it's David to throw first. Game on.
He will have heard the game short call of Gary Roderick.
96.
Pallett has already snatched the advantage in this match.
$57. $100.
And there is the first one.
190.
Didn't take too long, and he's trying to break back.
$57.
Maximum number 37 for the week. Followed immediately by 38.
125.
Not quite, but he is down to a finish. One we saw last evening, Mark Webster pulled this particular combination off absolutely beautifully.
38. Darren, you require 139.
Which route does he go? He's gone the same way. Double 16.
107.
57 bull 32. That's the Webster way, and Beveridge almost
84.
copying the
Darren, you
checkout.
require 32.
He beds a double 16 on his return, and in doing so returns the break of throw to level up with David Pallett at 1 leg each.
Third leg, it's Darren to throw first. Game on.
It's often said that a break
100.
isn't a break unless you back it up by holding, and Pallett has surrendered that advantage as quickly as he earned it.
100. 140. 66. 54. 121.
Oh, very well timed.
137.
Assault on the treble 20 from Darren Beveridge, just to put Pallett in his place. But in response,
180.
he places
Darren,
3
you require
darts in
70.
the treble 20. Bit of a dead cat shot there from David Pallett, leaving double 17.
38.
But he's going to get darts at it.
David, you require 34.
The rarest double hit on the dartboard. Can Pallett find it?
17. Last on call.
There's the answer, and he disallows the last dart.
You require
Garen
32.
Roderick for either an underarm throw or a step over the hockey. Pallett
Game
crossed
shot
the
in
line
third leg.
in some way,
Darren Beveridge.
and in the end, Darren Beveridge manages to find the double 16 and take the lead in this match for the first time.
Fourth leg, it's David to throw first. Game on. 133. 91. 97. 97. 140. 140.
No
David,
finish
you
for
require
Beveridge after that
131.
140, so David Pallett does have 6 darts from here to level up at 2 apiece.
81.
There's 2 all in the Clark Thornton curtain raiser this evening, but Thornton then
93.
pulled
David,
away,
you require 50.
punishing his opponent for missed darts in leg 5.
34.
Will Pallett be punished for missed darts in leg 4 here?
Darren, you require 80.
Barring a disaster, Beveridge will get at least 1 dart to extend his lead. There's a disaster, and he doesn't get a dart.
40. David, you require 16.
Remained anything but ice cold there. Not cool at all from Beveridge.
No score.
But it's a mess from Pallett too.
Darren, you require 40.
Squandering chance after chance in this leg.
Game shot
And Beveridge
in the fourth leg.
pins double
Darren
top
Beveridge.
and leads now 3-1 and will throw for 2 points in his opening match of the evening.
Fifth leg, it's Darren to throw first. Game on.
In such a short group, it is very, very significant, the margin
81.
of victory often. So a 4-1 win for Beveridge would really put him in a promising position in terms of qualifying
92.
for the semi-finals. David Pallett
100.
5 darts at double
100.
to make it 2 each. Beveridge said cheers.
100.
And his was a double. Double top.
85.
As he moved to the brink of an opening win.
40.
Went on a big run through Thursday and Friday. 9 matches before he was finally beaten by the Scotsman Robert
45.
Thornton. Mark Webster got the better of Beveridge as well last night. It looks like he's about to get back to winning ways here.
$96. Darren, you require 120.
Doesn't get a darts. And Pallett
60. David, you require 83.
can bail himself out of trouble with a 16 or a treble. And now a bullseye.
58.
Doesn't seem to be his
Darren,
night.
you require 60.
The start of it at least. Darren Beveridge has match point.
Game shot and a match. Darren Beveridge.
And Beveridge beats Pallett in the opener in Group 2. A 4-1 success for Darren Beveridge. Fantastic stuff from him. The winner of Group B. 4 out of 8 on the checkouts. But look at that from Pallett. Missing 10 darts. 5 of them in that crucial 4th leg. And he was punished by Beveridge, who takes the 2 points, tops Group 2 temporarily, and will return to face Mark Webster in a couple of games' time. But before that, we've got Shaun Griffiths going up against Jamie Clark. Stay with us. Welcome back. The action about to resume here at the Online Darts Live League with a meeting between Jamie Clark and Shaun Griffiths. Clark in need of a victory after losing the evening's opener to fellow Scotsman Robert Thornton. He goes up against a miracle from Manchester. Shaun Griffiths, the two-time Windmill World Master in his youth, against Fife's Jamie Clark, a former UK Open participant and Challenge Tour title winner.
First leg, it's Shaun to throw first. Game on.
So Griffiths has the darts in this important meeting. A victory
58.
for Shaun would see him progress along with Robert Thornton before their match even takes place.
100.
But if Clark wins, then it all goes down to that Thornton Griffiths match, with everybody perhaps still in peril, depending on the margin of the scoreline.
41.
Following this will be Mark Webster against Darren Beveridge, who won the first match in Group 2 tonight, beating David Pallett 4-1. A thumping win for another Scotsman. And then Webster will meet Pallett in a match that will have some significance.
58.
Whatever happens in that one. Well, the form book says that Jamie
100.
Clark should win this match. Griffiths has the advantage of throwing first, but is bottom in all of the stats tables from the 6 at finals night. The lowest running average, 82.78. The least amount of maximums over the course of his time at the Live League. 10 matches he played, 11 180s he hit.
80.
Not a bad return by any stretch of the imagination, but when you consider that Mark Webster managed to fire in 18 across 8 matches, and you know what kind of strike rate he's up against.
97.
Also the only player in the field
161
to have not taken out a 100 plus checkout this week. Shaun Griffiths, his highest out so
65.
far, an 88.
Shaun, you require 107.
Well, he has the chance to change that here. Treble 17. He's not going to change it in this opening leg.
41. Jamie, you require 96.
May go double-double here. Well, I can't believe he decided to
56.
stay there. If he
Shaun,
wanted
you
a treble, he
require
could have gone
66.
treble 16 and open bed, but double-double is usually the best route. Looked like he'd blocked that treble 20. Shaun Griffiths has earned himself 2 darts at double 18.
$30.
But he can't find the target with
Jamie, you
either.
require 40.
So Clark can claim an immediate break of throw. Taking his time. Maybe he feels this is a big moment already. Break him straight away. And it's mine to lose, thinks Jamie Clark.
On the first leg. Jamie
And
Clark.
now it is his to lose. He rips the darts out of the double top. He means business tonight already. Beaten
Second
by
leg
Robert
is Jamie
Thornton.
to throw first. Game on.
He knows that he has to win this match to stay alive.
91.
And he's got the difficult bit out of the way already with the break of throw.
$135. 82. 58. 60. 100.
Both players just should have been thinking about their scores a little there. 308.
98.
Griffiths may have been better off starting on the 18s. Clark did make sure he left himself a finish from 268. 98 leaving 170, where a straight ton wouldn't have left a checkout.
41. Jamie, you require 170.
Can't make a splash.
134.
Griffiths needs
Shaun, you
something
require 167.
magical here. Not going to do it.
58. Jamie, you require 36. Aim shot in the second leg. Jamie Clark.
Jamie Clark claims the second leg. He doubles his lead here against Shaun Griffiths. Clark fighting back, trying to find
Third
a way
leg, it's Shaun to throw first.
to stay
Game
in contention for the semi-finals. And he's putting Griffiths in peril here. If Clark can do the job,
100.
and his fellow Scotsman Robert Thornton, the man who beat him in the opener, then beat Shaun Griffiths, it will be
97.
the Tartan twosome who progress.
140. 100. 45. 96. 140.
So a brace of 140s in this leg from Shaun
60.
Griffiths has helped him down
Shaun, you require 76.
to a two-darter after a dozen darts have been thrown by that right arm. Needs a treble though now. Probably treble 13. You can see he pushed the wire there.
36.
Jamie Clark lurking in the background, isn't he?
Jamie, you
Like some
require
kind of
148.
assassin.
100.
Waiting to pounce.
Shaun, you require 40.
Waiting to catch Griffiths unawares. Griffiths can make him wait a little longer if he can find double five.
30.
But no, the time has come for Clark to make his move.
Jamie, you require 48. Aim shot in the
But he
third
does make
leg.
his move.
Jamie Clark.
And he moves into a three-leg lead and one away from his first win of the night. He went down to Robert Thornton in match one, but he's three up here against Shaun
Fourth
Griffiths.
leg is Jamie to throw first. Game on.
4-0 thumping defeat in your opening match is not what the doctor ordered.
60. 100.
He would then need to
93.
In fact, I think it would eliminate Shaun Griffiths just quickly doing the sums in my head.
58.
If he was to beat Robert Thornton 4-0, having lost 4-0, that would leave him on a
96.
No, he could turn it around with a thumping win against the Thorn, but with little margin for error. Thornton on +2, of course, so he'd need a 4-1 or a 4-0 against Thornton.
180.
He won't be thinking of that yet. He'll be thinking of trying to get legs in this match.
128. $125. Jamie require 124.
The 1-2-4's not going to go, so this is the chance for Shaun Griffiths.
56. Shaun, you require 38.
Splitting it or hitting it?
Hitting it. Fourth leg. Shaun Griffiths.
Getting a leg on the board and making this group much more interesting, much more competitive in doing so, and he's back in it. 3-1 behind.
Leg, it's Shaun to throw first. Game on.
But every leg matters.
$58. $180. 60. 99. 100.
Looks like Jamie Clark maybe getting the job done here.
92.
Firing in his 20th maximum of the week to put Griffiths on the brink of a defeat, and he'll need a healthy win against Robert Thornton in the last match of this group, but Robert was rampant
Jamie require 130.
against Clark earlier this evening, and it may mean that the Miracle
58
will need
require 143.
something akin to his nickname. 143 on offer, but the offer has gone. The chance may be gone to claw back another leg.
$83. Jamie requires 72.
Double 12.
60.
A chance comes again.
Shaun, you require 60.
Tricky.
Game shot in the
Griffiths
fifth leg. Shaun
grabs
Griffiths.
the opportunity with both hands. He lands double top, getting past that blocker into the bed, and closes the gap to a single leg. 3-2 Clark.
Sixth leg is Jamie to throw first. Game on. $140. $100. $23. $60. $41.
Maybe an opportunity here Jamie Clark has finding scores of 23 and 41 in his last couple of visits.
180.
A bit of peacockery from Griffiths, leaving the arm out. Letting everybody know that it just hit a maximum.
Shaun, you require 161.
Particularly the man he's playing. Letting him know that he's given himself half a dozen darts to level the match. Jamie Clark, we were just talking about Shaun Griffiths maybe having to thump Thornton. Clark looking like he's found himself in a good spot.
94.
Griffiths can get rid of Clark here.
Shaun, you require 24.
If he wins this and the next leg, it's over for Jamie. And from 3-0 down, Shaun Griffiths has tied up this match at 3 legs apiece, and Jamie Clark will not know what to do, what to think. He has to settle himself again
Shaun to throw first,
and find a way to stop the rot and win the leg against the darts. Clark has surrendered a 3-leg cushion.
100.
And it may be Shaun Griffiths going whoopee at the end of the match.
$60.
I've said it before, it is a rare event for a player to come from 3-0 behind to win.
100.
It's happened 26 times at the Online Darts Live League, that's all. 26 times, you may say, that's a fair amount, but when you consider that this is match 2733, then that tells you how rare it is.
$44.
Anyone care to work out the percentage?
$58.
Thought less than 1%, then you were right.
180.
Shaun Griffiths might be about to increase that percentage ever so slightly as he looks to pull
138.
off the ultimate act of escapology.
77.
3 legs behind. Griffiths was dead and buried. But now he wants tops to topple Jamie Clark.
37.
Well, it's over the top.
Jamie require 164.
Surely he'll come back. He will. And Clark has completely collapsed
64.
in this match.
Shaun,
Beaten by Robert Thornton
40.
in his opener. And this dart could put Robert Thornton and Shaun Griffiths through and eliminate Clark.
Game shot.
And that is what's happened.
Shaun Griffiths.
A comeback win for Shaun Griffiths from 3 legs behind against Jamie Clark, who collapses, allowing Griffiths to bounce back. And he did, taking the following 4 legs. A result which means Jamie Clark will play no parts in the semi-finals here at finals night. Griffiths will go through with Thornton. They've still got to play their group game. But what a story. Shaun Griffiths needed a miracle, and the man of that nickname got one, coming back from 3 behind to win 4-3. He'll play again against Thornton, as I said, in a couple of games' time. But before that, in around 3 minutes, we've got the former world champion Mark Webster against Darren Beveridge. Welcome back. It's time to enjoy another Beveridge performance as he takes on Mark Webster. Darren Beveridge, the winner of his opening match in Group 2 when he picked off David Pallett with a 4-1 success, going up against the Welshman, former champion of the world, Mark Webster. Will it be a win for Webster, or will he be beaten by Beveridge? A victory that would see Darren join Robert Thornton and Shaun Griffiths in the semi-finals. They're already there, having both beaten Jamie Clark in Group 1.
First leg, it's Mark to throw first. Game on.
Making their match coming after this a little bit of a dead rubber, but they are jostling for position to top the table.
100.
On paper, get the better semi-final spot. That won't happen in this group. Whatever happens here, the match between
97.
Pallett and Webster will be meaningful.
$100.
Coming up after this, these are the two of the top players over the course of the last couple of days.
43.
Both in action in Group B. Darren Beveridge won all 4 of his matches on Thursday night, and Mark Webster completed the clean sweep on Friday.
45.
The third time they've met, winning once each. Worth saying that Beveridge's win
95.
over Webster was a whitewash, 4-0, while the Welshman edged out Beveridge 4-3
83.
last night. So Thornton Griffiths coming next to
58.
see who finishes top of Group 1. As I was saying, the winner will get the slightly better semi-final spot by playing runner-up in Group 2, and also it's worth
40.
noting that the group winners have the throw in the semi-finals. Short format, that's a handy advantage.
$100. Mark, you require 133.
So 133 for Webster. He's managed to land a couple of big finishers already this
59.
week.
Darren, you require 108.
That one was beyond him, and Beveridge can break here if he can complete this combination, but that chance has disappeared immediately. 103 cannot be done in 2. No, Darren, it can't be done, mate.
72.
Just
Mark,
checking
you
with
require 74.
G-Rod, our referee, what he had left. What Webster's got left is double top,
34.
but it's over the top.
Darren, you require 36.
So to break,
Game shot in the
last
first
start
leg.
in hand from
Darren
Beveridge.
Beveridge.
That would have hurt Mark Webster even more as he prepared to throw at double to win the leg. Instead, he's coming back after Beveridge
Second leg,
throws
it's Darren
to
throw
kick off leg
first.
2.
Game on.
Webster made to wait and made to work.
60. 43. 60. 59.
Just can't get the range right on the trebles just yet, Mark Webster.
93.
Certainly had that last night as being the most efficient scorer.
134.
The most prolific 180 hitter in in the finals night fields over the course of his group games.
83.
Mark Webster managed to rattle in an astonishing 18 180s.
180.
And he adds to that weekly tally. Right on cue.
65. Mark, you require 85.
The bullseye if he fancies it.
60.
He did fancy it. The reason I said if he fancies it is because on a handful
Darren,
of
you require
occasions already this week he
140.
hasn't gone for the bull when his opponent's on a big finish.
60.
It's not for me
Mark,
to
you
say whether
require
that's right or
25.
wrong. We'll go for double 12 now. And double 6.
Game shot in the second leg. Mark Webster.
That will settle him down. Webster breaking back to tie up this match at 1 apiece and to wrestle back
Third
the
leg, it's Mark
advantage.
to throw first. Game on. $140.
It's the 140 that time. The Welshman, but astonishing, isn't it? 18 180s from 8 matches he played in
140.
Group B. More than 2 per match he's averaging.
83.
Around 1 every 3 legs. We've come to expect from Mark Webster this week.
91.
Darren Beveridge has hit more maximums than anybody, but even he hasn't got a strike rate that prolific. 36 hit by him before tonight. Added 1 in his opener against David Pallett. That's 24 matches that he played before this one.
140.
Won't be adding to the tally here, Mark Webster.
138.
Setting up double top.
Darren, you require 130.
And hoping that Beveridge does not complete this combo. But double 5 says he does.
125.
Pulled it.
Mark, you require 40.
Dragged the dart low. And Mark Webster uses the marker expertly to edge ahead in this match. The Welshman has a 2-1 lead, overturning the deficit, and he's back in charge.
Fourth leg, it's Darren to throw first. Game on. $60.
If you are just joining us, having perhaps watched the action at the European Championship, I'll recap what's happened so far. Robert Thornton and Shaun Griffiths
140.
have both made it through to the semi-finals already. After beating Jamie Clark, Thornton saw off Clark 4-2, and Clark collapsed against Griffiths,
58.
who reeled off 4 straight legs to come back from the brink and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, winning from 3-0 down.
180.
Darren Beveridge in this group beat David Pallett 4-1. That 180 from Mark Webster
134.
helps him edge closer to a similar kind of scoreline before he faces Pallett, and Beveridge will have to await his fate.
83.
If Darren can win this match, and he'll be through, and it'll be a straight fight between Pallett and Webster to join him. Before that, Thornton and Griffiths will fulfill the Group 1 fixtures to see who finishes top of the table.
95. Mark, you require 98.
Treble 18, unless he fancies staying there to follow
58. Darren, you require
the
154.
lie of that first start. Didn't. He's just teed up tops.
39. Mark, you require 40.
And he's Had a 90 average over the course of the last 2 nights. That's where he is again, Mark Webster. Double 10 will move him
Game shot in
to the edge of glory in
Mark
this
Webster.
one. And Webster leads 3-1 and has the darts to win the match in the next leg. It is a wonderful run from the former world champion.
5th leg, it's Mark 2 through first. Game on.
Remember, won all of his matches last night, Webster. He's in again at the start of this leg.
100.
Looking for a 5th consecutive Live League victory.
43. 100. 58.
'Just running away with it now, Beveridge.
140.
Seems beaten. Mark Webster having it all his own way. Darren Beveridge
40.
putting in
Mark,
one of his
you require
poorer performances.
161.
It's amazing what the finish line can do. And Mark Webster
129.
sprinting towards it.
$60. Mark, you require 32. No score.
Well, he won't mind about that. If Darren Beveridge wins this leg,
140.
I'm giving the money myself.
32. Game shot and a match.
Phew.
Mark Webster.
Mark Webster takes it 4-1. The same scoreline that Beveridge beat David Pallett by. But that win for Mark Webster puts him in a good position, puts Beveridge in a little bit of peril. He's hoping that the Welshman can do him a favour now by beating Pallett in the final match in Group 2. Good display from Webster, an 87 average, a couple more maximums on the tally as well. He will take on Pallett, as I said, in a couple of games' time. But before then, we will have Robert Thornton and Shaun Griffiths, who are fighting it out for top spot in Group 1. That's coming up after a short break. Welcome back to finals night at the Live League, where we have a simple Group A, Group 1 rather, with Robert Thornton and Shaun Griffiths going through. They're about to do battle now, and a rather complicated Group 2. We'll get into that in a moment, but first it's all about the fight for top spot in Group 1. After Robert Thornton and Shaun Griffiths both beat Jamie Clark, it wasn't looking like this would be a fight for first place when Clark led Shaun Griffiths 3-0, but the miracle will kind of produce one of those as he bounced back, reeling off 4 straight legs to relieve a bit of tension ahead of this matchup with the multiple major champion Robert Thornton. The 29-year-old from Manchester, former youth world master, going up against a former world master.
It's Robert to throw first. Game on.
We'll give you the permutations for Group 2 in just
43.
a moment. But basically, Darren Beveridge has won 4-1 and lost 4-1 to Mark Webster. If David Pallett were to beat Mark Webster 4-1, and the whole thing would be decided on
46.
Which 2 players had the highest average for the evening. So that could happen.
180.
Robert Thornton fires in a maximum in this one. Pallett needing 4-0 or 4-1 for a chance to go through.
59. 60.
Of course, if Mark Webster wins, he'll go through with Darren Beveridge because Pallett will be pointless, like Jamie Clark was in this group. The winner of this will throw
96.
first in the first semi-final.
$121.
Robert Thornton has produced some memorable moments this week.
41.
Spectacular checkouts,
You
including
require
2
97.
170s. Looking for a 2-darter here on tops.
77.
He's got time on his side. Now, Shaun Griffiths on 259. Has to think about this. Did think about it, but he misfired.
82.
And misfiring twice.
You require 20.
Has left Thornton all the time in the world, but all he needs is a second to hit the double 10. Impatient to get to the hockey there, wasn't he, the Thorn? He wants this over. Playing like a man who's left the oven on. But he's on hot form this evening.
Shaun to throw first. Game on.
The 4-2 victory against Jamie Clark and the first leg in the ledger against Shaun Griffiths.
45.
So we have Pallett against Webster in that important final Group 2 match coming up. Then a 10-minute break before the semi-finals. And then a third place playoff and final. The winner
100.
of that third playoff joining the finalists at Champions Week the week after next. The winner of the whole evening taking a £2,000 share of the $5,000 prize fund.
180.
Robert Thornton racking up maximums like they're going out of fashion. 2 already in this match. 26 for the week.
95. 140.
Don't go 3-0 up, Robert, in this match. You know what Shaun Griffiths can do from there.
41. Robert, you require 60. 40.
Thornton heeding that advice and missing darts at double.
140. Robert, you require 20.
It's a good guide though this time. Surely he'll use that. Bit of a double-barreled marker here. Bounce it off and in the bed,
No
Robert.
score.
Well, he can't believe
Shaun,
that he
you
hasn't found
require
it.
80.
But he's managed to miss 6 darts at double. Well, Shaun Griffiths thinking getting rid of a fly or something there. That's the most accurate he's been in this match so far.
40. Robert, you require 20.
Pretty accurate there, to be fair, but it bounced off the wire and allowed Robert another
Game shot
chance,
in the
and this
second
time
leg.
he lands
Robert
double 10.
Thornton.
And in doing so, doubles his lead in the match. Robert Thornton 2 up and 2 away from winning the match and topping the table.
Third leg, it's Robert to throw first. Game on.
I've just told you how the evening will play out. One more group game, semis,
45.
third place playoff, and then the final, or the Champions Week playoff as we're calling it. It's a winner takes all match for
43.
Champions Week between the two losing semi-finalists. Then a break tomorrow, but we will be back with the final week of Phase 5
83.
on Monday. And I can tell you that Group A will feature Gareth Ashley, Scott Williams, Johnny Haynes, Andy Jenkins, Conan Whitehead,
85.
and the last man to hit a 9-darter here at the Live League, Colin Osborne. They'll be joined on Thursday and Friday by Colin Monk,
60.
Jamie Kelling and Mike Gillett, who will be in Group B, and George Killington, Carl Hamilton and Ryan Furness in Group C. From that field of 12, the final 3 places at Champions Week will be filled. 3 of them to be filled tonight to join Richie Burnett, Connor Scott, Mike Warburton, Niall Cullerton and Jim Williams. In fact, 2 of the 3 former champions looking to win back their title at Champions Week. Chaz Barstow, the other one, ended up finishing bottom of Group B last night and will not be defending his title.
125. 59. Shaun, you require 148.
Well, a big ask for Shaun Griffiths, a man who hasn't had the ton plus checkout this week.
100. Robert, you require 114.
Robert Thornton's had plenty. 54.
98.
Just wondered if he might have stayed there
Shaun,
with
you
the
require
second dart.
48.
It looked like a very inviting guide. Would have left him double 17, but look, they're all the same size, aren't they?
16.
Well, now he'll be glad he didn't.
Robert, you require 16.
He does like double 4, and he
Game shot in
finds
the
it
third leg.
to open
Robert
up
Thornton.
a 3-leg lead. But we've been here before with Shaun Griffiths. 3-0 down, remember, against Jamie Clark, and he bounced back to win 4-3.
Fourth leg, it's Shaun to throw first. Game on.
Can the Miracle pull off something similar against a senior Scot in Group 1?
59.
Speaking of senior, don't forget that Robert Thornton is in the field for the first ever World Seniors Championship at the
42.
iconic Circus Tavern in February 2022, along with the likes of Martin Adams and Richie Burnett, players we've had here at the Live League, and of course
95.
the history-making, record-breaking 16-time world champion Phil the Power Taylor. And if you want to be there for a moment of history,
134.
then do visit dartshop.tv to get your tickets. Unfortunately, no concessions
100.
for seniors because, well, they'll all be on the stage.
$85.
Robert Thornton making his seniority show this evening, a thumping win against Clark, and he's battering Shaun Griffiths so far here. The experienced Ayrshire ace,
140.
determined to come out on top, to show that there is still plenty of life in the old dog.
180. Shaun, you require 107.
Well, if Griffiths is to stay in this, he's going to have to produce his first ton-topping checkout of the week. And he doesn't manage it, so Robert Thornton to complete
55.
a comprehensive,
Robert, you require
convincing
60.
whitewash win.
Game shot.
And that's
Man of match,
exactly what he
Robert
does.
Thornton.
It is another thumping for Thornton. A 4-0 success against Shaun Griffiths to ensure that he finishes top of the table. There you see the story of the match. Griffiths just having 3 darts at double in the entire match. 11 points worse off in the averages. Thornton posting 88.5, and he tops the group and will play in the first semi-final against the runner-up from Group 2. And we will find out who that is, all still on the line in Group 2 when David Pallett and Mark Webster toe the hockey in around 3 minutes' time. Welcome back to the Online Darts Live League finals night. And there is a place still up for grabs. Well, two places up for grabs in the semi-finals in Group 2, because all of the players are still fighting for those spots. David Pallett taking on Mark Webster needs a convincing victory, because Pallett was beaten 4-1 in his opener by Darren Beveridge. Webster then beat Beveridge by the same scoreline, so a win for Webby. We'll see him go through and Pallett depart. Or a win for Pallett. 4-0. We'll see him progress, along with Darren Beveridge. 4-2 or 4-3, and he'll still go out with Webster and Beveridge going through.
First leg, it's David to throw first. Game on.
But if this group sees every single game finish 4-1, then it goes down to who's got the highest average. Which two players have the highest average will go
58.
through. The lowest will go out. And that is how they will be separated. Currently,
57.
Mark Webster has the better, having averaged 87 in his opening match. Beveridge had 83.02 and Pallett had 82.89 in that defeat. Got to separate them somehow.
59. $180.
And Mark Webster is trying to make sure that it won't be a simple elimination for him. The only way that Pallett can do that
140
is with a 4-0 whitewash win. But another maximum from the Welshman, who's been hitting them for fun over the last 3 nights.
100.
Let's put him in pole position in the leg. Against the darts.
100. Mark, you require 105.
Oh, great dart. Double 14.
Game shot.
Fabulous finish from Mark Webster, who will not be eliminated easily here. He's taken the first leg and denied David Pallett any hopes of a whitewash win.
Second leg, it's Mark to throw first. Game on.
If he takes the second leg, he will deny David Pallett any hopes of qualifying at all.
100.
Webster has now
60.
whacked in 21 180s.
93.
In 11 and a bit games of darts.
140.
Really has found some power scoring. The Welsh wizard.
83. 57. 131.
Robert Thornton will play in the first semi-final.
140.
The runner-up of this group.
94.
And Mark Webster closing in on a group win.
54. David, you require 104.
Pallett might be able to stop him in his tracks.
In the second leg.
But he breaks
David
back.
Pallett.
A fabulous 104 checkout for David Pallett. To keep his hopes alive. Had Webster won that leg, he would have been eliminated. But Pallett
Third leg, it's David
still
to throw
fighting.
first. Game on.
And still giving our organisers the horrible prospect
85.
of having to separate the players based on averages. Pallett needs to win.
180.
3 legs on the spin now, following that one. For that to happen,
60.
if Mark Webster wins one more, then he will put Pallett out and he'll top the group. He'll guarantee he'll top the group.
93.
And take on Shaun Griffiths in the second semi-final
140.
of the evening. Beveridge would take on Thornton in an all-Scottish clash
98.
in the first. That will be coming up about 10 minutes after the end of this
41.
game.
Mark, you require 130.
It looks like it is the end game for David Pallett now.
60.
Mark Webster tried to leave double 15. He felt he would hit a treble then with the 2 darts
140.
above the
Mark,
target.
you require 70.
He's only going to get 1 at tops here.
30.
Oh, and we couldn't see if he'd
David,
found
you
it. The
require
dart
35.
blocked it. We all waited with bated breath for Gary Roderick to call the score.
Game shot in the third leg.
He didn't
David
get
Pallett.
the answer he wanted to hear, Mark Webster, and Pallett has come up with an answer of his own. He finds double 16 for the second time in the match and now leads the
Fourth
game.
leg, it's Mark to throw first. Game on.
2 out of 2 on the doubles, David Pallett. Some clinical finishing. 104 to win the opening leg, and then that
137.
2 dart 35 after Mark Webster had won the first leg with a 105.
59.
Pallett's 104 was an equaliser.
$139.
Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable for David Pallett. Darting the treble 20, knocked out by the next one.
20.
A bit of bad luck from Pallett. And Mark Webster rubbing salt into the wound.
$177.
Ouch.
$140. Mark, you require 48.
So to go through and to put Pallett out.
16.
And still, Mark Webster can't quite manage it. He will have more darts to do so.
42. Mark, you require
Where
32.
might David Pallett be had those darts stuck in the treble 20?
Game shot in
It
the
wouldn't have
fourth
mattered.
leg. Mark
Because
Webster.
Webster has got the all-important second leg that he needed. Here's what happened to Pallett. He can't believe it. If he didn't
Fifth
have
leg,
bad
it's
luck,
David to throw first.
he wouldn't have any
Game
luck at all tonight. Akin to the famous Gary Anderson. Well, what's going on for David Pallett? Just going to say it's
40.
similar to that famous Gary Anderson 180 that found the floor at the Alexandra Palace. That was in a world final. What can Pallett do next?
140.
He's done the Robin Hood shot. He's knocked knocked 2 darts out, David. Go on.
121.
Wisely stayed away from them. Good thinking.
99.
Mark Webster now knows that he will play Shaun Griffiths in the second semi-final, and Darren Beveridge in the back room will be
100.
gearing up to play the first against Robert Thornton.
58.
Webster looking to continue a winning streak. If he does wrap up victory
54.
here, then he will make it 6 matches on the spin at the Live League, having won all 4 of his outings last evening.
81.
Great to see him playing back with a spring in his step.
128.
Free flowing.
Mark, you require 123.
But he might be about to produce a fabulous finish. He can do it on double 9. Just missed the target.
114. David, you require 58.
Pallett can edge ahead.
38.
Well, he pulled that, and you could hear as he threw it that David Pallett knew
Mark, you require 9.
that the dart wasn't destined for the double.
Game
That
shot
one
on the
was.
5th leg.
And
Mark
Webster puts himself in command in this clash, 3-2 up and throwing in the 6th leg for a 6th successive win at the Live League.
6th leg is Mark to throw first. Game on.
Great display again from Mark Webster here, averaging 96,
99.
going into what he hopes is the last leg of the group stages.
86. 134.
Another big darting day tomorrow. We're not on air here at the Live League, but of course the
95.
European Championship will conclude in Salzburg, and there's a showdown between the world number 1 Gerwyn Price and the
98.
3-time world champion Michael van Gerwen in the quarterfinals tomorrow afternoon. That should be very, very tasty indeed.
180.
As Pallett
Mark,
gets
you require
stuck into a
170.
maximum.
$140. David, you require 140.
140 to leave 30.
45.
May
Mark,
not
you
even go for
require
this.
30.
Might go 6 double 12. No, he is straight at it, but he has blocked it a little. Could only go to the right,
Game shot.
but it's right
man
in.
of match, Mark Webster.
And it's a 4-2 win for Mark Webster as he puts Pallett out of finals night here at the Live League. A fantastic performance from Webster once again. It's 6 on the spin for the winning Welshman, a 96.5 average, 105 the checkout that started the surge. Pallett kept it interesting for a while, but he did in truth have a mountain to climb. Needed 4-0 or 4-1 to have any chance of qualifying. As it is, it's Webster that gets a couple of wins in Group 2 and progresses with Darren Beveridge. Beveridge will take on Robert Thornton in our first semi-final before Webster meets Shaun Griffiths. And that first semi-final is coming up in 10 minutes. So go and make yourself a Beveridge and then join us for Thornton against ice-cold Darren Beveridge in the semi-finals at the Live League. Welcome back to the action here at the Online Darts Live League. It is finals night and it is the semi-finals, and coming up in the first of them, it is a meeting between two Scottish stars, Darren Beveridge, a two-time Challenge Tour title winner, and Robert Thornton, a multiple major champion. The Tartan twosome about to lock horns for a place in the final and for a place at Champions Week. Big match. There will be a second chance for the loser in the third place playoff.
It's Robert to throw first. Game on.
Robert has been rampant so far this evening. Beat Jamie Clark 4-2.
134.
He also saw Shaun Griffiths 4-0, hitting 4 180s
140
across those two victories. Darren Beveridge, well, he had a good start, a 4-1 win against David Pallett, but then was beaten by Mark Webster by the same scoreline. And Webster beat Pallett 4-2 to set up a semi-final against Griffiths. That's coming up after this.
57.
Right here and now. It's the battle
96.
of Scotland. Will it be the tenacious Thornton?
100. Robert, you require 137.
Ice cold Beveridge that booked their place in tonight's decider. Thornton has been the king of the
97.
big finish at the Live League this week. A brace of 170 checkouts and a 161.
60. Robert, you require 40.
It's a simple double top.
Game shot in the first
Robert
leg.
Thornton.
Robert Thornton.
So often, so good on that target, and he lands it to take the first leg in this semi-final showdown.
Second leg, it's Darren to throw first. Game on.
Thornton wasting no time, feeling his way into the match.
180.
13 darter starter. Beveridge hits back with the maximum at the start of leg 2.
95. 57.
Just his second of the night.
180.
The Thorn has fired in 5.
94. 134. Darren, you require 170.
Maybe he'll have the 170 hit against him. Not now. Thornton can come back looking at 92. Has a decision
41.
to make. But that
Robert,
miss
you
might have
require
made the decision
92.
easier. Treble 20 or the bull. Goes for the bull. 67 left. And now double 8.
Game
Wonderful
shot in the
finish
second
from
leg.
Robert Thornton.
Robert Thornton.
Said he'd been the king of finishing this week. And he's taken out 92 in style there to double his lead. He's halfway to the final.
Third leg, it's Robert to throw first. Game on.
The pair have been here all week. We're in action in Group A
100.
and Group B. So played each other every single day this week, and Darren Beveridge won the first 4 meetings
100.
between the pair until Thornton not only booked that trend but stopped a winning run
80.
of 9 successive matches when the Thorn burst the Beveridge bubble last night with a 4-2
100.
success.
95.
But before that, it had been 3 4-1s and 1 4-2
100.
in favour of Beveridge. Hasn't been at his best tonight. We've seen him in the high 90s in his averages, but Mid-80s, mid to low 80s
97.
really for most of the evening for Darren Beveridge, perhaps. Having the prize in his sights has just affected him a little bit.
59. Robert, you require
Robert
129.
Thornton's a man who knows a thing or two about winning darts tournaments.
93.
Won plenty of events,
Darren, you
much
require
bigger than this.
142.
But he wants it, he's using it
41.
to prove something to himself
Robert, you
and to
require
everybody else.
36. Game shot in the
And he's
third
certainly
leg.
proving it
Robert
here.
Thornton.
3 legs on the spin for Robert Thornton, who's just come off a fabulous thumping whitewash win in the last of his
Fourth
group
leg,
games.
it's Darren to throw first. Game on.
But he now hasn't lost a leg since it was 2-2 in his match against Jamie Clark.
100.
9 legs on the spin
135.
from Robert Thornton this evening. Fabulous run of darting dominance from one of the
57.
greats of the game.
$100. 100. 133.
The 133 leaves 133.
140. Robert, you require 133.
I'm going to take it out, but Griffiths.
43. Darren, you require 104.
Beveridge, sorry, is going to need the 104, and he's not going to get a dart at it.
56. Robert, you require 90.
Bull tops. No, goes the treble 20 for double 15, and he
Game
gets
shot
that.
and a match. Robert Thornton.
Such a good performance from Robert Thornton, who is through to Champions Week and through to the final with an electric display. 109.31 the average from Thornton. 4 out of 4 on the doubles. 92, the highest of those checkouts. Robert Thornton, rampant, irresistible, excellent, and through to the final. And also through, of course, to Champions Week. Beveridge will get another chance in the last chance saloon when he plays in the Champions Week playoff against a loser of our second semi-final, and that is coming up in just a few minutes. It's between Mark Webster against Shaun Griffiths, and it's coming up after a short break. Absolute fire from the Thorn. Robert Thornton, a rampant 4-0 whitewash win in the first semi-final here at the Live League. What a display from Robert Thornton, who moves into the final and through to Champions Week. We're about to see who will join him and who he will face in tonight's decider. It is Mark Webster looking to join the multiple major winner in the final. Going up against him is Shaun Griffiths, that man there, the miracle, who produced a miracle to get himself in this position. Came back from 3-0 down against Jamie Clark to win 4-3.
First leg, it's Mark to throw first. Game on.
Was then thumped by the Thorn, 4-0. In fact, Robert Thornton is currently on a 10-leg winning streak
60.
at the Live League. He holds the record jointly with Fallon Sherrock. 14 legs won on the spin. Could match his own record here, Robert Thornton.
95.
But he secured a spot finals night. Mark Webster and Shaun Griffiths looking to do the same. It's been a good winning run for Mark Webster himself. 6
100.
matches he's won on the spin, after winning all 4 last night and his 2 group games this evening. 4-1 against Darren Beveridge and then 4-2
190
against David Pallett. But Griffiths is taking the game to him in this opening leg, landing a maximum.
76. $100. 134. Shaun, you require 126.
Treble 19 and another or a single. Single leaves the ball.
101.
You can see the ring
Mark,
rattle.
you require 131.
Webster has to hope Griffiths does not
76.
clean up the remainder
Shaun, you require 25.
on his return.
$17.
And he hasn't, so a
Mark,
chance
you require 55.
for the Welshman to draw first blood. Would only be a hold of throw, but he will be happy to have survived that scare if he survives it.
45.
And he hasn't.
Shaun, you require 8.
So double 4. It's a bag of break in the first leg.
Game shot in the
And
first
Griffiths
leg.
gets it.
Shaun Griffiths.
A wonderful start for him, a perfect start for him. Webster missing a couple of darts to take the leg, and Griffiths cashing in to take the
Second leg,
lead
it's Shaun to throw first. Game on.
with a break of throw.
$134. 100.
So just to recap, Robert Thornton waiting in the final for the winner of this match after that blistering display in beating
100.
Beveridge 4-0. Averaged 109 in that one, Robert Thornton. Sensational stuff from the
60.
Scotsman. Would be a final of the Tungsten Titans, wouldn't it, if Mark Webster were to join him? Multiple major winner against a former world
100.
champion. Shaun Griffiths, who looked gone in the third match of the
121.
evening when he trailed Jamie
Shaun, you
Clark
require
3-0.
167.
Might be about to book his place in the final and at Champions Week.
59. 100. Shaun, you require 108. 44.
Mark Webster
Mark, you require 120.
looking at Shanghai to break back. Can he weave his magic? Oh, he can. Beautiful stuff
Mark Webster.
from Webster, weighing in with a big ton-topping checkout. It was a difficult dart, that second one. Had only half the bed to aim at, but he found it. And the double to
Third
level up.
leg, it's Mark to throw first. Game on. $140. 125. 96.
Hasn't been a previous meeting between this pair at the Live League.
$85.
Webster and Griffiths have run into each other just once before.
100.
That was at a UK Open qualifier 10 years ago. And Webster won the match 6-4.
$81.
Been a long time between drinks.
130.
Who will be popping the cork on the champagne bottle at the end of this one?
$26. Mark, you require 35.
Was looking for 18 to leave a finish there, Shaun Griffiths, but he hasn't. And Webster can take control of the contest.
3.
Couldn't then, but still can when he comes back.
$180.
The 180
Mark,
pressure
32.
pilot from Griffiths. Has it done the trick? This is tricky. Mark Webster having to adjust the angle.
No score.
But in doing so,
Shaun,
adjusts
you require 4.
the length that he's throwing from as well. And that 180 put Griffiths in the picture in this leg.
Game shot in the third leg. Shaun Griffiths.
And once again, he digs himself out of a hole to get on top. Griffiths leads Mark Webster by 2 legs to 1 and has the darts in the next.
Fourth leg, it's Shaun to throw first. Game on. $100. 60.
The Welshman Mark
60.
Webster did reach Champions Week in Phase 3. Robert Thornton has just managed to
59.
make it through to Champions Week for the first time in 4 attempts. Full credit to him. He is a boomerang in darting
81.
terms. Whenever he's written off, he just keeps coming back.
100.
And Mark Webster, someone who could well make a comeback. Look, we've got a mix of different types of players at the Live League. Some who treat it as the biggest opportunity they've ever had. Lads on the challenge tour.
85.
Ladies given the opportunity to mix it with some stars of the sport. And then we have the likes of Mark Webster, former world champion, who, although has become very accomplished in the commentary box, I'm sure still has designs on getting back to the big time. Robert Thornton refusing to lie down
60.
and slip away into retirement.
102.
Using it as a springboard to maybe get tour cards back.
62. Shaun, you require 115.
Interesting that Webster chose to go for the bullseye there, especially with Shaun Griffiths on such a makeable out.
59. Mark, you require 40.
But he does come back for tops in the end, and it looks like a very inviting marker.
Game shot in the
And
fourth.
Mark Webster uses that marker to break again, all against a throw in this match so far, but it's 2-2 and Webster effectively has control of
Fifth
the
leg,
tie.
it's Mark to throw first. Game on. $140.
Put through his paces here, Mark Webster, as he looks to make it 7 wins on the spin at the
45.
Live League. Not had the brilliance that was produced in the other semi-final by Thornton. Didn't miss a dart double, averaged 109, and this pair will just be hoping that he's calmed down a little by the time they contest
60.
the final against him at around about 10-1.
$57. $50. Mark, you require 164. $96. $59. Mark, you require 68.
Plenty of time in this leg, Mark Webster. For the first hold of throw in this
Game
match.
shot in the fifth leg. Mark
And it is
Webster.
a clinical kill of that 68 by the Welshman, who is now just 1 leg away from the final against Thornton.
Sixth leg, it's Shaun to throw first. Game on.
Shaun Griffiths hoping that it can be him, but he needs to hold and then break
59.
again. Otherwise, it's the Champions Week playoff for him against the other losing semi-finalist, Darren Beveridge, in a battle
58.
royale, winner takes all contest. Just taking a moment here, Griffiths.
$96.
He knows that he's got a big leg and a half ahead of him.
$93.
Perhaps the biggest he's played for a while. That's what I was alluding to earlier. For some players, this really is a huge opportunity to make a mark in the game.
59.
For others, it's a chance at redemption or to play themselves into form for other events like the Challenge Tour or, in Robert's case,
56.
the World Seniors, even qualifying school, which will be coming up in January. We've seen how players that have done well here have performed in other events.
100.
Only today, Jim McEwen getting through to a WDF final.
43.
He's had success on the Challenge Tour. We've seen him here throwing some good stuff at the Live League.
$100.
And what about fantastic Fallon, that run to the final of the last Champions Week. Fallon Sherrock, followed by a run to the final.
97.
The World Series
Shaun
of Darts
Griffiths,
event.
87.
And then 3 Women's Series wins. Shaun Griffiths here. That's a bad dart. Has to find a treble, hasn't.
47.
Tidies up
154.
with the last start, but will it be the last start he throws in this match? It could be. It might be.
134.
Not quite. A scare for Shaun.
Shaun, you require 40.
Shaun, who came back from the dead against Jamie Clark,
Game
was
shot in the
almost
sixth
buried
leg.
by Mark Webster
Shaun
there,
Griffiths.
but he breathes again. A missed double top for a blockbuster finish, but it all comes down to this leg to decide who goes through to the final.
7th and final leg is Mark to throw first. Game on.
And of course, who goes through to Champions Week. Robert Thornton awaits the winner. Darren
60.
Beveridge awaits the loser in the 3rd place playoff. Only 3 of the remaining players.
100.
Can make it through to Champions Week. There will be heartbreak for one of them.
$41.
And is it getting away from Webster? A 60 and a 41. Effectively handing the baton
100.
to his opponent. But he's making up for it here.
139.
You can almost taste the tension.
60.
Something about these tense, important legs. Played in such a silent setting.
140.
Almost palpable, isn't it?
$180.
Well, how do they do it? How do they produce such things in these positions? How did he hit that 180? And how has he hit that 121? A sensational end to the semi-final. Mark Webster producing an enormous 1-2-1 checkout in response to the maximum from his opponent, and Webster wins through to the final. He defeats Shaun Griffiths in a last leg decider with that 1-2-1 finish. Wonderful from Webster. Griffiths goes through to the 3rd place playoff against Darren Beveridge. One of them will join Mark Webster and Robert Thornton at Champions Week. But those two darting heavy hitters will contest tonight's final. We are going to have a 10-minute break now before the 3rd place playoff, the Champions Week playoff, gets underway. That is between Griffiths and Beveridge. But tonight's final will be between the former world champion Mark Webster and the multiple major winner Robert Thornton. Stay tuned to see how it all plays out here at the Live League. welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Just 2 matches then to end the week, to bring an end to finals night at the Live League, and just 1 spot left to play for at Champions Week from this week's field, and that will be decided now with the Champions Week playoff before Robert Thornton and Mark Webster do battle for the £2,000 first prize in the weekly final. In this 3rd place playoff then, it is ice cold Darren Beveridge drinking in the last chance saloon, going up against Griffiths.
Shaun to throw first. Game on.
Shaun Griffiths, the man nicknamed the Miracle, who pulled one off earlier this evening when he trailed Jamie Clark 3-0.
85.
Went on to win the match 4-3, and the rest, well, you know what they say. But will it avail him a place
96
at Champions Week, or is it going to be Beveridge booking that last remaining spot for this week?
44.
Remember, we will do it all again next week, the last week of action before Champions Week in Phase 5, featuring the likes of Andy Jenkins, Colin Monk, and the last man to produce a perfect
97.
leg here at the Live League, Colin Osborne. But right now, all the focus on this match, this winner-takes-all
55.
clash. The victor getting a spot at Champions Week and the chance to play for their share of a lucrative £15,000 prize fund. 6 of it going the way of the champion. The loser having to wait for another invitation
180
to strut their stuff at the Online Darts Live League, and Shaun is strutting his stuff from the off here. Darren Beveridge just checking with our match official,
44.
Garin Roderick,
Shaun, you require 100.
what he had left, so he could make sure that he left a checkout. The right thing to do. Well, this would be the right thing to do, but he can't manage it. Shaun Griffiths
97.
hasn't had
You require 164.
a big ton-topping checkout all week, but it's the effectiveness
58.
on the smaller stuff
Shaun, you require 40.
that has seen Shaun Griffiths grab a chance
Game shot in the first leg.
to
Shaun
compete at
Griffiths.
Champions Week, and he's taken his first chance in this playoff. Griffiths leads Beveridge by 1 leg to 0.
Second leg, it's Darren to throw first. Game on.
Gets on tops. And Darren has the darts in leg 2.
58.
We've moved into the early hours of Sunday morning.
100.
17th of October. It is a important darting day. It's a coming of age for esteemed
60.
referee George Noble, who may well be watching. Happy birthday, George.
140.
Has been strutting his stuff on the stage in Salzburg.
140. 45.
And there is the small matter of that event coming to an end tomorrow, the European Championship quarterfinals.
180.
There'll be plenty of those. Wonder if Mr. Noble is enjoying a beverage or enjoying beverage.
100. Darren, you require 63.
Well, 63 for Darren to level up.
51.
Misses the opportunity,
Shaun,
so
you
a
require
chance
116.
for Griffiths to double his lead.
$60. Darren, you require 12. Game shot in the second
This
leg.
time Darren Beveridge does find the double, and he does level up this match at 1 apiece. All to play for in this playoff. Griffiths has the darts in leg 3.
Third leg, it's Shaun to throw first. Game on.
I'm going to talk birthdays. I might as well run through the whole list of names that have birthdays in darts. They're starting to sound like
100.
a local radio DJ, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yella Clarkson, happy birthday. Tim, and another man with a Beveridge-based nickname, Champagne Barry Bates.
140.
Who will be celebrating here at the Live League at the end of the evening.
46. $100. $60.
One of this pair will be
$140.
Beveridge is bidding to break here.
$96. Darren, you require 121. $97. $95. Darren, you require 24.
And he can break on double 12.
Game shot.
And is that the moment
Darren Beveridge.
when Ice Cold Beveridge took control of this contest? He takes the lead with a break to boot and is throwing to move 2 clear and 1 away
Fourth
from the
leg,
win.
it's Darren to throw first. Game on.
A win that would give him a little bit more prize money and seal a spot at Champions Week, the week after next.
60.
Just had word that the bullseye, the bull-up for the final has been done, and it has been won by Mark Webster, so he will have the advantage
100.
of throwing first in the final between Webster and Robert Thornton. What a final it could be.
60.
Mark Webster landing a magnificent 121 checkout in the deciding leg
100.
of the semi-final after Shaun Griffiths had hit him with a 180 to leave a 2-darter.
180.
Now Beveridge hits Griffiths with the maximum. Robert Thornton ran riot against Beveridge. A whitewash win for the Thorn, an average of 109. Some final it's going to be. Griffiths down to finish first, but it is an enormous one.
85.
We haven't seen the like
Shaun, you require
from
161.
Shaun Griffiths in any game this week. It's not going to change now.
99.
Was an argument for going
Darren, you require 116.
for the bullseye with that last dart. Darren Beveridge is going for double top with this one, and he finds it. Take out 116 and to move to the brink of victory here. Fabulous checkout, and Beveridge is 1 leg away.
Fifth leg, it's Shaun to throw first. Game on.
Shaun Griffiths had to pull off a greater escape and the position he finds himself in here
58.
to give himself this chance earlier in the evening, but difficult to see Beveridge buckling.
57. $58. $100.
Griffiths not for the first time tonight, just taking a moment to compose himself. He knows the enormity of the task. Not much margin for error now.
60.
Slowed the game down to a bit of a crawl.
90. $140. $140.
140's exchange, but it gets Darren Beveridge down to a potentially match-winning shot. Shaun Griffiths is going to leave himself handy.
170.
But it's too good.
Darren, you require 114.
Was hoping to find the 25, not the bullseye. He will get the opportunity
58.
to tidy up
Shaun, you require 15.
and to remain in contention for that coveted Champions Week place. Double four.
No
He's
score.
found the wrong bed. And now Beveridge can put this to bed.
Darren, you require 56.
A disastrous start for Griffiths. And only one at tops.
16.
The tension getting to the
Shaun,
pair
you
of them.
require 15.
Up through a different double this time. That one.
Game
And
shot
it's
the fifth
in.
leg. Shaun
And
Griffiths.
Griffiths is still in it, but only after his opponent missed a darts to put himself in Champions Week.
Sixth leg,
Griffiths
it's Darren
lives
to
on.
throw first. Game on.
He lives to fight another day. Missed dart. Should have had 2 darts, but he missed a big number. From
140.
56 then, Darren Beveridge. The champagne remains on ice.
$140.
Big leg this for the pair of them. Griffiths knows he has to at least keep matching Darren Beveridge and then
100.
take the opportunity before him. He has done the artful dodger act all
100.
evening, picking pockets. Shaun Griffiths, when it looked like he was going to come away with nothing, and he's still hanging around,
100.
trying to pounce. I said he has to keep matching him. He must do so to leave a finish, or as good as match him. Just a single 20 will do. Nothing dangerous here. And he's
86.
gambled on going for the treble. had
Darren,
not
you
left a
require
check out,
161.
and that gives his opponent half a dozen darts to take out the 161. Bullseye here.
65.
Sensible stuff. Still thinking straight. He may be nicknamed Ice Cold, but the heat is certainly on. And it's been ramped up
135.
by Shaun Griffiths, who leaves tops.
Darren, you require 96.
Double. Now he goes for the treble. And Griffiths will
36.
return,
Shaun,
trying
you
to force a
require
last
40.
leg decider. What a dramatic darting duel this is turning out to be. And in it
Game's on the
goes,
sixth
and on
leg.
we go.
Shaun Griffiths.
3-3, and Griffiths will have the darts in the decider. Darren Beveridge has already missed one dart to win. Is Griffiths going to complete
Seventh
another
and final leg.
miracle
It's Shaun 2 for
turnaround?
First. Game on.
He was 3-0 behind, remember, earlier this evening against Jamie Clark. 1-4-3. That got him through to the semi-finals. Lost in the semi-finals.
45.
But here, drinking in the last chance saloon with Darren Beveridge, he's managed to win the last couple of legs from 3-1 behind
140.
and take the advantage of throwing first in the decider, but that advantage has already effectively disappeared because he's only gone off with 45 and Beveridge has weighed
60.
in with two big trebles. Can Ice Cold remain ice cool?
84.
So he's
85.
trying to keep his hands cool there, blowing on the fingers. Has Griffiths blown it?
85.
Needs a massive shot here. Needs a lot. And he's overcooked it.
125.
Slightly ahead, but Beveridge certainly in pole position. Even more so now. What a time this would be.
136.
But it's still a very good lead. Remember, he had this finish a couple of legs ago to win the match. He missed the big 16, hitting a single 8, and landed another before missing a dart
60.
at double when he should have had 2.
Darren, you require 56.
He's going to get more here. Gets a 16 this time.
36.
But misses
Shaun,
2
you
more
require
at tops.
126.
And Shaun Griffiths, who hadn't had a big ton plus checkout all week, might produce one to win the most important match of the week.
Game, shot, and
And Griffiths
Shaun
grabs a
Griffiths.
spot at Champions Week with an incredible 1-2-6 checkout. That is quite astonishing. He hadn't produced a 3-figure finish all week, but he lands the ball for the 1-2-6 and beats Beveridge, who will be broken by that. A bruising finish from Shaun Griffiths, who came back from 3-1 behind to win the match 4-3. 4 out of 4 on the doubles, including that bullseye for the 1-2-6. He goes through to Champions Week. Darren Beveridge bows out. What a game of darts. Breathless stuff. And it's going to be a thrilling final as well. Robert Thornton, the winner of the World Grand Prix, UK Open and World Masters, takes on the former world champion Mark Webster in what is sure to be a fantastic finale to this evening's action. It's coming up in 3 minutes' time. Well, after a breathtaking Champions Week playoff, which was won by Shaun Griffiths with that fantastic 1-2-6 bullseye checkout in a last leg decider, it's time to turn our attention to what is sure to be a thrilling final. Both Mark Webster and Robert Thornton will join Griffiths at Champions Week the week after next. But now it's time to see who will be the weekly winner and who will pocket that £2,000 first prize. Will it be the Thorn, a multiple major champion, or the former world champ, Mark Webster?
First leg, it's Mark to throw first. Game on.
I'm Chris Murphy, talking you through this final. Garen Roderick is officiating it. We've seen some stunning stuff from the pair of them. Mark Webster doing something akin
57.
to that fabulous last leg decider checkout by Griffiths when he took out 1-2-1 in the semi-finals
121.
against Griffiths. In the deciding leg, it was much more serene for a
53.
rampant Robert Thornton, who thumped Darren Beveridge 4-0 and averaged 109 in the process.
83.
By far the best display we've seen this week at the Live League. And we're all set for a fabulous final between two players who just cannot
39.
be separated, not just this week, but over the entirety of their respective careers. 8 times they've met.
97.
Sorry, they've met 14 times. And they've won 7 each, including 2
121.
matches that were played this week. One going the way of Thornton, 4-3. The other going to Webster in a last leg shootout.
125.
So 7 legs are likely in this final.
180.
And Mark
Roger
Webster has
O'Brien,
been a 180
75.
machine this week. He puts the pressure on this checkout for the Thorn. But he
Game
loves
shot in the
double
first
top.
leg.
And
Robert
he finds
Thornton.
it dead centre to draw first blood in the final. A break of throw for Thornton to lead 1-0.
Second leg, it's Robert to throw first. Game on.
Fantastic 75 checkout for Robert Thornton.
85.
He's looking to follow up that brilliant display full of fireworks in the semis.
83. 60.
I spoke about those 14 meetings on record between the pair. Perhaps the most significant came in 2012 when the
97.
win against Mark Webster set off the Scotsman's surge to his UK Open title, his first of 2 PDC majors.
26.
Some run Thornton had in Bolton that weekend. It was really fairy tale stuff from the Thorn.
57.
Beat Webster in his opener before seeing off Gary Anderson, Dennis Priestley, Wes Newton, Dave Chisnell and Phil the Power Taylor. What a set of scalps
50.
for the Scotsman. Webster had been a semi-finalist in that event the previous year.
100.
Robert not happy.
64.
The first couple of darts in
Mark
that visit
Uruguay,
could only score
164.
64. Mark Webster, will he go for the 164? Not interested. Just wants to leave a handy
105.
check out when he returns. That's why he went for the bullseye. The 25, leaving him a shot which just requires a single and double.
81. Mark Uruguay, 59.
So to break back, Webster on tops.
Game shot in the second leg.
Webster
Mark
on
Webster.
target, and he levels up and cancels out that break of throw to tie things up at 1 apiece, and he has the darts in leg 3.
Third leg, it's Mark to throw first. Game on. $91. $95.
Another max. Of course it is for Mark Webster.
180.
Has rattled in more than 20 maximums
81.
over the course of the matches he's played this week. He only joined on Thursday night in Group B.
85.
So to have such a high tally of 180s when this is just his 12th match
80. Mark, you require 145.
of the week is of enormous credit to Webster, who was looking for treble 19 there to leave double 14, but
121.
just tidies up the shots to leave himself on double 12 after 12.
96. Mark, you require 24.
And the Welshman hits the front,
Mark Webster.
finding that double 12 to take a 2-1 advantage with the first hold of throw of this final. Thornton has the darts in the next leg.
It's Robert to throw first. Game on. 21.
Has Robert Thornton run out of steam just at the wrong time?
$140.
Didn't seem to miss a thing in the semi-finals.
43.
He'll be feeling like he can't hit a thing right now in this final. And Mark Webster will carry on, trying to take advantage of a
43.
bit of a drought from the fiery Thorn.
100.
He really has had the bit between his teeth, particularly for the last couple of nights, Robert Thornton.
140.
Winning the first leg of this match. Thornton extended a run of winning legs to 11 consecutive legs tonight. That came to an end in leg 2, but the Thorn has found his fire again. However, he might have to produce another one of those firework finishes. And it's not going to happen. So Mark Webster can edge ever closer.
117. Mark, you require 40.
To the title. Great guide. And he guides it in. And Mark Webster is on the edge of glory here at the Online Darts Live League. He's throwing to win the weekly title.
Fifth flag, it's Mark to throw first. Game on.
What a start. What a dart. What a duo.
140.
And he asks the question of Robert Thornton from the off. And that
180
is an affirmative answer. Plenty of fight left in Thornton.
140. 43.
Well, Mark Webster won all of his matches yesterday. He's won 3 tonight.
43.
2 in his group and the semi-final. Looking to make it 8 matches won on the spin in the live league here. Robert Thornton.
180.
It's his 3rd maximum of the final. to make Webster work for it. 2 in this leg, just when he needed
100. Robert, you require 98.
Double 19.
60.
And those 2 misses present
Mark, you require
a
78.
match-winning opportunity, a championship-winning opportunity for Mark Webster. It's double top.
58.
And it's a
Robert,
missed
you
chance.
require 38.
Thornton shook his head. He thought it was going. He knows this has to go. Double 8. No,
22.
not to be.
Mark, you require 20. No score.
It's wild from Webster.
Robert, you require
A
60.
wayward last start. And it's 4 missed for the title. A double 4 missed by Thornton. And
8.
again. Darting drama.
Mark, you require 20.
Tense tungsten at the end of this match. It's double 10.
Game shot.
And it's a
match.
win
Mark Webster.
for Webster. As magnificent Mark Webster takes the title and pockets the £2,000 first prize. He's charging through to Champions Week along with the runner-up Robert Thornton and the winner of the Champions Week playoff third place Shaun Griffiths. Thornton just seemed to run out of steam in that final. He'd averaged 109 in the semi, but Mark Webster got the better of him with a 4-leg burst after the Thorn missed darts to stay in the match. A 92 average for Webster in the end, and he gets the job done and is the winner on week 3 of phase 5 here at the Live League. Now, just a reminder that we are back on Monday with the final week before Champions Week. The likes of Colin Osborne, the last man to produce a perfect leg in the Live League, will be in action. But this week belongs to Webster, as Mark Webster is the weekly winner and goes through to Champions Week with Shaun Griffiths and Robert Thornton. Do join us next week. We'll be live on Sporty Stuff TV from 10 PM on Thursday, Friday and Saturday. The action gets underway from 9:30 AM at the Online Darts YouTube channel. It's been great to have you along for the ride. We've seen some thrilling stuff, but it's Webster who wins on week 3.